I'm hoping you can. So my name is Zeb316, and we have a hype matchup with Zeb316 and Kuru, and both of our runners are 3-0. So this should be a very exciting match. We have Music75 on tracking, Chi Reaver on the restream, and I'm Zeb316. Hi, Zero. Thanks for the wave. I appreciate it. And hi, chat. I hope you're looking forward to a really exciting match. So we had some pretty great stuff earlier. No, I did not win my match earlier. So it was really great. It's a really great match. We had a lot of fun. MM2 defeated Skipsy with 57-39 to a 115-21. And Amadeus Zeno defeated me with a 104-23 to my 108-01. So, but it was a pretty great race. It was a lot of fun. It was a really interesting seed. So if you get a chance to watch that, please check it out. And ready. And of course, we've got some voting I'm sure will be coming up to find out which suit is found first. I'm not going to give you any spoilers from the earlier race today, so you should all check that out when this race is all over. And I'm very excited that I had an opening in my schedule that I could do commentary for y'all. So it's really fun to watch a Super Metroid race that way. I'm just talking now while we're waiting for things to get going. Awesome. So it looks like we're ready to get started. And unlike most race categories, we do not start off at Series Station. We're starting right on Planet Zebes. So Zebes, whatever you'd like to call it. Our racers are going to be dropping down. So in this category, this randomizer, every item is random with some soft lock preventions. First item that we're going to find is Morph Ball. That'll be the only item guaranteed to be found in the vanilla location. So Morph Ball is perfect because Metroid can't crawl. By that I mean Samus. Samus cannot crawl. So we have this lovely Morph Ball, which if I remember correctly, it's because when Metroid came out on the NES, it was much easier to render a sphere that could fit under low objects than trying to find out a way to get Samus to crawl. And thus the most unique movement item of, I think, any video game I've played. It's pretty sweet, Morph Ball. Here we go. We have Power Bombs. Will be the first item found after Morph Ball. So that's going to give our, racers some chance to, access other items. They're going to check the ceiling location here, and wow, high jump boots. High jump boots is a really great early find in my opinion. So probably the best movement item aside from the Morph Ball. Morph Ball you kind of need to complete the game, but high jump boots are arguably one of the better items. Looks like Kuru is thinking about checking Billy Mays. So anybody that remembers infomercials from the 90s or 2000s, I don't remember exactly when, but I remember Billy Mays. He was this wild infomercial guy that's very well known for saying, but wait, there's more. If you just take a look and you see, you'll understand why we call this the Billy Mays Room. And also, just a little fun fact, the bridge that Kuru just ran over is also referred to as the John Cena Bridge because you cannot see it. Yeah, somebody mentioned Billy Mays is the OxyClean guy. Yes, he was. Rest in peace, Billy Mays. You live on forever in Super Metroid. So we'll take a look and see where our racers are going to go from here. They do have ample amount of power bombs, so not a bad check. I don't know that I would have checked Billy Mays, but with high jump, they had power bombs. It's a pretty good check. They'll probably go left and check the Blue Brinstar power bomb location just to the left of Morph Ball. It's a really smart check, and we'll see if either of them do meme route, which with their health, I wouldn't expect it, although they do have ample supers to take out these side hoppers. And oh my goodness, we have gravity. Very early fine gravity. So Zeb is going to head right up to the climb, and I would imagine checking the old Mother Brain missile, and it looks like Kuru is going to do a meme route. Meme route means that he's going to route his way. They're going to route their way through Green Brinstar, and it looks like Kuru is going to go down, skip Big Pink altogether, and possibly head straight to Kraid. Or who knows, with high jump boots, maybe even Meridia. Nope, just going to do a quick check at those missiles. I think that's a smart play. You're not going to want to skip Big Pink. There's usually a lot of good stuff there. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Zeb is working on the climb. So nothing fancy at old Mother Brain there. I think just missiles, but I did kind of miss this check. We've got missiles at Charge Beam. Kuru is flying here. And I would imagine Zeb is going to take a look at 230 missiles. We call these 230 missiles because if you do Hundo and you do the optimal route, those are the final missiles you're going to get, which there are 230 missiles total in the vanilla game, so hence 230 missiles, or you could call them the dental plan missiles for tooth hurting, which is a ridiculous joke, but funny nonetheless. Plus, look, looks like teeth. Why not? Spore Spawn Skip, Vanilla Supers. So, and these runners are just flying right now. Looks like Zeb is going to make a check at bombs. So bombs, if we do find vanilla bombs there, we could see a BT fight, which would be a lot of fun. Personally, I think bombs are one of the best ammo items of the game, because right now our runners are going to have to pay a lot of attention to their power bomb count if they don't have bombs, which could come into play in many areas. Kuru is going to do a wave gate skip right here, so if you fire a super missile right at the right location at the right time, you can open this wave gate. I like to do it from the ground when I have high jump boots. It'd be a little tricky. See right there how you got to try to avoid hitting that guy right there, and I think Kuru got it. Very nice, with 2 supers to spare. And an E-Tank, vanilla E-Tank. Anytime you hear me say vanilla, that pretty much means that that's where you'll find that item in the original game. I saw an E-Tank at Gauntlet. Hard to see 2 E-Tanks at Gauntlet, so definitely a good find for later. And right now, our ammo's not too hot. Zeb was busting that pink door open to conserve supers later, probably for on the way to Mother Brain. Kuru is going to continue to clean up Big Pink, and I would imagine that Zeb would most likely go and do early supers, which is a mock ball through the speed gate, which is a sequence break you'd find in the vanilla game that pretty much almost every speed run will do. And that's exactly where Zeb is heading right now. A nice plasma find by Kuru in Mission Impossible. We call that Mission Impossible because you can jump right out of there if you time it right, but not happening. Ooh, space jump for Zeb. This is turning out to be a really interesting seed already. So Zeb with space jump and gravity suit, I think the play would be probably wreck ship. So that's where I would go. And Kuru, meanwhile, looks like they're making their way back to Big Pink, or on the way to Big Pink to check it out. Gonna need a power bomb to get through here. So not a lot of power bombs, but plenty of places to pick up power bombs, especially if he's going to drop down and check Eddie Coons first before going up, and that's what I would do. Got vanilla supers for Zeb. Pretty exciting so far. And we have X-ray, which will be really great. That's a good pickup, especially if you have plasma, because if they do find charge, then that gives a chance to do something called a microwave beam, which is really efficient at taking out bosses like Phantoon, Dragon, and the mini boss Batwoon or Botwoon, whichever you prefer. So it's pretty neat right now if you really think about it. The where these runners have gone so far, both different routes, but kind of ending up with about the same gear right now. You know, because I imagine Kuru is going to go check early supers would be my best guess, and then we'll see where they go from here. Kuru could very well just continue to go all the way up and just head straight to wreck ship. Because to be perfectly honest, Phantoon is not that dangerous when you have gravity suit. I wouldn't necessarily call it in logic, but you know, a player's experience as Kuru shouldn't have too much difficulty taking out Phantoon with that loadout. So there's a lot happening in this race right now, chat. I'm not ignoring you. I hope you guys are y'all are doing a great job in there in chat. I always enjoy the discussions in chat. So far, this has been a pretty exciting race for me so far to watch. We have virtually the same item loadout. I would imagine Zeb would do the same checks that Kuru did, so I would expect him to find plasma. In which case, that would give both of our runners the exact same loadout, and you know, then we'll take a look. You know, are we going to end up in wreck ship? Are we going to take out Kraid? I mean, there's still Red Tower to think about. Are we going to go up at Red Tower? Are we going to go to Kraid? We're going to check high jump boots. I mean, technically with the gravity suit, you could, in high jump, you could go to Meridia too. So there's a lot of options for our racers right now. I think it'll be really interesting to see where they all go. And Zeb is much better with his super count than Kuru was. So, you know, a lot of chances here to do this wave gate sequence break right here. And that's looked good right away. Wow. And I know a little bit more about Kuru than Zeb. Although I do know Zeb is very, very strong SMRAT runner. So this match already looks like it's going to be super exciting. And here we have Kuru is in fact heading up, and we'll see where Kuru goes. With space jump, I would imagine that you could check criteria power bombs. You know, Kuro is going to find out that there's just 2 E-tanks there, so it could be worth checking Gauntlet, even though, I mean, they have the power bomb count for it. I wouldn't rule it out. Because it'd be nice to have those extra E-tanks, and you know, or you could always just check out Gauntlet, find out what that first item is, have a save at the ship is another option, you know. But again, with gravity suit, wreck ship is not that dangerous a location, so I wouldn't put it past. All right, looks like Kuru's going south, maybe to check 230 missiles, because as we know, Kuru took meme route. And Zeb did pick up that plasma beam. I did miss that. Yeah, Meridia is in logic, but Meridia is also could be pretty dangerous with just 1 E-tank. And Kuru is doing the check down here at Bomb Terizo. So it's pretty interesting. So both racers have done virtually the exact same checks, just at different times. And Zeb is going down. So X-ray check right now, which, with gravity and space jump is really not the most dangerous check. And who knows? We could find Varia there. I've definitely found Varia at gravity before. And I'm sorry, Varia at X-ray. And gravity suit offers pretty decent protection. If you notice there, Zeb hit the waivers to get some iframes going on those spikes. Those spikes are much more dangerous than the waivers, so that was a really good way to do that. Not much of value there, just missiles, which in my opinion are the most worthless item in any rando. I mean, you're going to need them to break the glass for Mother Brain 1. Really nice space jumps from Zeb, by the way. I got to point that out. Yes, I've also found Varia at gravity before too in Vario, for sure. Yeah, Meridia without speed and ice would be quite the gamble. I mean, it is in logic because you have the gravity suit, but it's the same thing. Low E tank count. It's can be very dangerous, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, Kuru does have ammo for Crystal Flash. Could do the Crystal Flash clip into Batoon. Can you? Well, can you without bombs? Can you do that without bombs? I'm not really sure. I'm not very up to my tech as far as Crystal Flash is concerned. I know that that's another way you can get there, but oh geez, and just missiles there. I would reset if I were Kuru, and I would hightail right to wreck ship, to be honest, or head toward wreck ship and then check Red Tower, which is what Zeb is doing right now, is checking Red Tower. Unfortunately, nothing but missiles down in the Alpha Power Bombs location, so where do you go next? You go to Beta Power Bombs, which is just right upstairs. So Alpha and Beta Power Bombs, because in the vanilla game and logic, those would be the first two packs of Power Bombs you would get, hence the Alpha and Beta. Power Bomb, take out those side hoppers, get supers. Super ammo is kind of important right now in case they don't find Charge Beam. Supers make the Ridley fight very easy, to be honest. If 30 supers, a Ridley fight with a solid amount of E-tanks is not that dangerous. Plus, you need 60 supers to kill Mother Brain. So if you don't find charge beams, supers are your most important piece of ammo, if that makes any sense. So we have confirmed that you can do a Crystal Flash without bombs, but it's even harder. That's what I'm guessing. It's difficult. So I have not learned my Crystal Flash tech. And check this out, y'all. We are synced up through the door on our way to wreck ship. Dual energy tank pickups. Holy cow. 15 minutes in the race, and we have perfect sync. Same item loadout. Unreal. Man, I knew. I couldn't see what was up there. Did y'all see what was up there? Wave Beam. Oh my goodness. So Wave Beam would be a very powerful find. Look at these runners. It's almost like they're reading each other's minds. Kuru decides to pick up the missiles, and I don't think that's a bad idea. If you're playing this like let's take it as an any percent, for instance, it's not a bad idea to have 20 missiles or 25. Interesting. Now I'm kind of wondering why Kuru picked up those missiles. They thought about it too. Zeb checking the spooky missiles location. And they are spooky missiles. Spooky too, because it's a waste of time. Don't you hate it when you do a check like that? These are not the items you're looking for. Zeb just throwing away these power bombs. Get through there a little bit faster than shooting them with that plasma beam. And here comes our first Phantoon fight. Our first boss fight, everybody. Get ready for this. Now, Phantoon is just kind of like a pushover, especially for runners at this level. Just a pushover when you have Gravity Suit. The flames will barely do any damage. Phantoon himself will do very little damage. Just a harmless ghost. Might as well call him Casper. Loses all of his venom. If any of you have ever gone against Phantoon with just Varia suit, you'll realize exactly what I'm talking right now. If you just have Varia, or if you just have the power suit, that's what I meant to say at first. Just the power suit, the one you're born with here. Wow, Zeb, quick work. And Kuru looks like he's doing some, or they're doing some great Dopplers there. Wow. But Phantoon can be pretty brutal with just the power suit, incredibly brutal with just Varia suit. Pretty, still pretty intense, difficult for and runners to face. But with gravity suit, I mean, you can see that right now, barely taking any damage. Because in the vanilla game, you would have to go through Phantoon first before you got gravity. So Zeb's probably going to check East Supers and then West Supers. While Kuru enraged Phantoon. That's really not very good. Without Charge Beam, without Screw Attack, you can't pseudo screw here. So again, it's really fortuitous that Kuru has the gravity suit, because if this was just the power suit, even with that plasma beam, you'd most likely be saying goodnight and goodbye. So an unfortunate fight for Kuru. Meanwhile, Zeb is working his way really quickly through these super rooms. And nothing of value there. So it makes you wonder how much of the wrecked ship Zeb is going to clear. Is he going to go? Yep, I thought so. It's not a bad play right now to go to Spiky Room of Death, because again, you have the gravity suit, you have space jump, and but you know what? What I learned from my last race, kind of watching the restream a little bit, is that it might have been a good idea for Zeb to have saved there before going to this area, because this is quite a trek back if there's nothing found here. That would have saved me quite a bit of time in my last race. But Zeb finds an E-Tank, and right now I think E-Tanks are a very good find. Especially if you have plasma, because if the racers find charge, you have the opportunity to do stand-up if you can get 7 E-Tanks. Because we see at least Kuru has a reserve tank. I'm not sure if Zeb picked up a reserve tank or not. So now I'm wondering if Zeb is going to do a full clear. I think I would. That's just me. I tend to do that. Call it just habit from just being a hundo player. I think hundo has given me a big disadvantage when it comes to randos, because I seem to want to pick up every item I can find. Kuru doing the same check as Zeb, almost like these people are operating off of the same mind, So excited that I get to call this race, by the way. I just have to say thank you for allowing me to do this. This is just, anytime you get to call a Super Metroid race, it's just an exciting night. Welcome. Is it worth the fanfare for stand-up? That's a good point, I never thought of that, to be honest. I guess, you know why I appreciate stand-up so much? Because I hate Mother Brain 3 with a passion. I don't know what it is, the coordination to take down Mother Brain 3 pretty quickly. I just can't stand it. I would rather do stand-up. Even if I lose the time, it's almost worth it for the comfort. So I'm pretty experienced with stand-up. Hundo and GT Classic are my 2 premier categories, so I'm very comfortable with stand-up. Here we're going to see Sky. Ooh, oh man, that is an excellent find right there. So speed puts Meridia fully into logic right now. So if I were Zeb, I would get that wave beam, and then all Zeb needs is ice, and that's full beam combo and charge and Varia. Well, shoot, even Varia would put him in go mode. So who knows? It could be a speed, everybody. Did we check annoying robots? Did Zeb check annoying robots? I don't recall. I'm assuming that he did. Maybe I even saw it and just kind of tuned out. It's very possible. Zeb going into bowling. Now, I also didn't happen to know if Zeb checked what was in Wreck Ship Reserve. So Zeb has speed, so can absolutely get up there. Now, I would need to really pay too strong attention to their power bombs. Can y'all hear me? I'm hoping y'all can hear me. Oh, nice. All right, well, I was going to say I was really excited when Zeb went to get bombs because bombs are too much into their power bomb count. And I didn't happen to see Kuru because okay, I see it on the tracker right there. All right, well, that's good. And Kuru did not check bowling, so Kuru doesn't have bombs. Interesting. And okay, so that was grapple, and that Zeb got. Okay. And now Kuru's making some of those checks in Red Tower that Zeb has already made. So looks like Zeb is going to head straight to Gauntlet. So if I remember correctly, that there were missiles. And Zeb's going to go down and save at the ship, and I support that decision. Yeah, in Gauntlet, then he can just go right back to the ship. I think I've heard some of y'all refer to that as save scumming. But, you know, I'm still very new to all of this rando stuff. Really super short charge. And that was really... So Zeb ended up... Wow. So opened up the door, saved at the ship, short charge, and all for nothing. Oh, sorry, Zeb. Feels bad, man. But at least you got to show off some really super tech. That Gauntlet Spark is one of my favorite techniques in the game. Meanwhile, I would be willing to bet that Kuru is going to go to Meridia. However, the other play that could possibly exist is Kuru could decide to just kill Kraid and then do the check at high jump boots and then even do the Bubble Mountain check to see if or it could be. Looks like Zeb is going to check the speed here, which is not really in logic, I believe, without ice, but it can be done. You can do a little damage boost off of these yellow guys, just like that. And the other thing you can do is you could lay 3 power bombs, will kill them too. So Zeb finds an E-tank. Billy Mays has been checked. I saw that in chat. Billy Mays has been checked. There was just, I believe, a super pack and a missile pack, but I don't quite remember. So where do you go? back down to Meridia. Oh, Waterway. Somebody in chat mentioned. Thank you for that. Yeah, Waterway is in Logic, and that is another place that looking for right now. Because as soon as there's Varia, then they're in go mode minus ammo. Because you'll need enough ammo to take out the Zebs. Because without ice, there's going to be no Zeb skip. Really super speedball by Zeb. Nice speed keep there to kill that side hopper. Again, these are two runners with just really marvelous movement, excellent strats. And you called it. That's exactly where Zeb is going right now, to Waterway. So, not that Kuru's watching, but, you know, if Kuru was, they'd probably be hoping that there's nothing of value there in Waterway, because that would probably put Zeb. Kuru has 2 bosses down. Zeb is basically go mode minus ammo. So that was amazing. I'm Kuru. I'm checking the high jump boots. I'm checking Bubble Mountain. And then I'm going to Meridia. So this could be, everybody, the most pivotal moment in this match so far. Yeah, somebody in chat already. Is it Trails calling this GG already? If I'm Kuru, I'm going to Waterway right now. I mean, I'm sure it's on their mind, Waterway, but not before other stuff. Well, if you're Zeb, you might be feeling like you already run the race, but again, Zeb does not know where Kuru's going. Zeb's picking up some missiles right now. If I'm Zeb, I'm hoping for Sight for Zeb, and I would go to Lower Norfair. And that's exactly what Zeb's doing right now. There's not a whole lot of point to doing Meridia just yet, because it's much faster to take. It's much faster to go Lower Norfair and then to Dragon, because if you go all the way up Meridia and then all the way down back to Lower Norfair by Ridley is the furthest point. Huh. All right, so nobody can hear me. Back? Well, I guess I'll just keep talking. I wonder what Zeb is looking for right now. Maybe just charge beam? Huh. Maybe more E-tanks? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, good. I'm not entirely sure what Zeb is looking for right now. Maybe ice, maybe charge. I mean, those are pretty quick checks. But to be perfectly honest, I mean, with Varia and this loadout right here and this much health, I would, yeah, probably charge ammo. But again, I would probably just go down and kill Ridley and just kind of hope I can pick something up on the way. You got a lot of really easy checks on the way to Ridley. You got a lot of quick checks on the way to Dragon and Batoon. I guess high jump boot is not like not a big out of the way check, but a little bit more out of the way. Yeah, I know Zeb needs ammo, but again, I feel like there's you can fit a lot of ammo with probably quicker checks. Really nice deboost off that Namahe flame in the Gravitron there. So, but this should be a well, you know what? Ammo's probably smart. You know, now that I think about it, Lower Norfair, Zeb has the plasma beam, but those are definitely valuable. Well, no, because these pirates can be taken out with plasma, can't they? We'll see where Zeb goes. Zeb's going to do a short charge here and hopefully get fast pillars. Excellent job. Excellent job. Meanwhile, Cruz and Meridia checking. Oh, nice pickup for Kuru. Screw attack. That'll really help out when Kuru makes their way down to Lower Norfair. Really nice worst room in the game by Zeb, using some nice new route any percent strats there. That power bomb, and then using the iframes of the pirate to get that nice jump. Unfortunately, Real feels bad for Kuru right now, knowing that they don't have Varia suit. living on a person to share spark and actually connect with the boss. My voice, I hear this voice jumping on, jumping off. Keep saying my voice is connected, but I don't have any confirmation from chat that y'all can hear me. Voice? Do you have voice? Oh my goodness. I mean, that's going to be so much easier than trying to type in the chat, because I am really not very good at keyboarding. You know, maybe if we had like MM2 or Amadeus or one of the other keyboard runners over here, they could definitely type some much more fire commentary than I can. But again, oh, Zeb, you know what? I got to agree with Zeb's skip and screw attack right there because by this point, there's absolutely no need for it. There, you know, Zeb's health is a little bit low, but Batoon will give him a good chance to get some energy back from Moon. And oh, nice blue in there. So Batoon is generally reliable for health drops. So Zeb will get health from there. Plus, if they're just worried, if he's worried about being low on health, there is a refill just at the top right before you enter in Dragon's Lair, right by the save station. Although with this loadout, probably not a big deal. Still a decent amount of health. I mean, that's more health than you have in an any percent run. And is this a full? No, probably not a full happy. I'll be surprised. That looked a little. Yeah, that's what my full happy looked like. It's non-existent completely. Pretty good backup right there with a nice space jump across, but looked like Zeb had just missed that down grab. Full happy would have been a shine spark that would have cleared the entire room. Yeah. Bressingham, what's up, my man? Nice to have you here. And everybody else, by the way, thank you for joining tonight. We had some technical difficulties earlier, and I really appreciate all the positive comments and chat and all the encouragement and all your patience. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated. But yeah, Kuru should be finding Varya pretty soon and probably going to be kicking himself and, you know, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And Secret Structures in the chat. My man, the guy who got me into streaming. Good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Zeb doing the old-fashioned grapple kill. Sorry, I tuned out for a moment in the chat there, but I wonder if was Zeb trying to do the quick kill on Dragon? Ooh, that health is a little bit low for this. Should be fine, but yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, with Varya and Gravity, that shouldn't be that big of a problem. So, but yeah, right now Zeb is probably going to fly straight to Turian. If I were Zeb, I would just probably. Wait a minute. Where's Kuru going? Did Kuru not check Waterway? Or did I miss that? Tell me, Kuru. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's brutal. Brutal. At this point, it is highly unlikely that Kuru is going to be able to catch up. It's not that far to get to Turian from here. And there you go, Zeb picking up a little bit more ammo to be safe, because 60 supers is the bare minimum of what you need to kill Mother Brain. And to be perfectly honest, I would feel more comfortable going into Mother Brain with more than that, because what's going to happen is Zeb is going to have to shoot out the Zebatites, because no ice. Well, I don't know. Zeb has a good short charge. Zeb might very well be able to do the speed skip. You can skip those, and anybody that doesn't know what Zebatites are, you'll see them when we right before we face Mother Brain, and we'll talk a little bit more about it when we get there. Not a bad check for Kuru. However, without having ice, not really in logic to check that. Waterway would have been a much better check, especially because of how far down Kuru was. Zeb is behind on ammo, so again, I'm counting on Zeb being able to speed skip. And even if Zeb could not speed skip, Zeb could use missiles to take out the Zebatites. And then, oh, by the way, I do have to point out, I got foosball in my race earlier today. Zeb just missed it, but you know, I was pretty excited about that. I didn't get a chance to really gloat to anybody about that. That was one of my high moments from my race earlier today. But anyways, back to the race. Zeb could shoot out the Zebatites. And with 55 missiles, I mean, it's like 10 per Zeb. So I think Zeb would have to go and refill, because you're going to have to, it takes, I don't know, what, six missiles maybe to break Mother Brain's tank. I think it's 6 missiles. And then I think it's 30 total if you just use missiles on Mother Brain 1. So either way, if Zeb does not do a Zebetite skip, Zeb is absolutely going to have to refill. Now, Turian is going to be a little bit slow, because Zeb is going to have to use power bombs to take out the Metroids. Now, taking out the Metroids is going to take 3 power bombs, and we'll see if Zeb decides to group the Metroids or use a strat where you kind of bring the Metroids like kind of all together and just try to avoid them. Zeb really shouldn't have to worry about his health too much, and Kuru down in Waterway finally going to find out where Varia is, and just so everybody knows, see, now Kuru has to head all the way down to Lower Norfair and fight Ridley, and doing a little bit better on ammo than Zeb was at that point. But at this point, it would take a catastrophe for Zeb to not run away with this one, because Kuru is at least, I would say 15 minutes behind. Maybe 12 minutes behind. Quite a lot. You know, I think, does Kuru have screw attack? Yes, right? So if Kuru has screw attack, yeah, Zeb needs power to die if he's going to lose this race. Something bad, like I said, an absolute catastrophe. I'm sure Kuru knows. Kuru is very experienced. They're probably, you know, like I was saying before, kicking themselves about this right now. Now you see Zeb has quite low health here. Shouldn't be a problem. These Metroids do drain your health pretty fast, but in this room, it's you know, one more power bomb left. No sweat. Gets through safe. Yeah, Kuru has screw attack, so they're going to make very quick use of Lower Norfair. However, when Zeb finishes, assuming nothing goes wrong, I would imagine, I don't know if Kuru would forfeit or would just say, you know what, I'm finishing this seat. So my first SMRAT race, everybody finished like way before me, and I wasn't even in go mode yet. I think I finished like 25 minutes after everybody else, but I just had to stick through it. Here we go, baby skip time for Zeb, accounting for that plasma lag, and gets it, nails it pretty fast. Yeah, Waterway can be kind of a trolley location for Varia, but definitely better than that shack. Yeah, you could call that a wasted super. I would just be using missiles on these doors. I'd use missiles on the Ghidorah. That's exactly what I would do. But then again, why would you listen to what I do? I'm not 3-0. I'm 2-2. Yeah, I see that one super, but you know, right now, yeah. So here we go, setting up for the speed Zeb skip, and a lot of extra missiles. Beautiful speed Zeb skip. Really great job. So none of these other Zebetites, those red things we saw, will respawn. But again, Zeb has to be pretty careful. He's got to make sure that everything counts. I don't know if Zeb took a save. Maybe at the ship is the last save. So it takes 60 missiles, 60 super missiles exactly to take down Mother Brain 2. And you see that Zeb had 55. Still has plenty of missiles to spare. I don't know what the distribution is. Is it 3-1 for missiles versus supers? And we already have a missed super, Kojak, they call it. And I think that has to do with somebody named Kojak. I don't really know. I came to the game pretty late, and a lot of these names were already there. We have Ketchup. That Ketchup can double or triple hit for excessive amounts of damage. And it looks like Zeb is fine. Going to damage down. So there you go. There you have it. I'm going to say right about now, in the bag. In the bag for Zeb. Pretty much just have to wait through the cutscene. This is a great time to go to the bathroom, take a drink of water, have a cupcake, and whatever you want to do on your break while you're waiting for Mother Brain to die, in quote marks. Could you imagine playing this game for the first time, getting into Mother Brain, killing Mother Brain, and then she hits you with this rainbow beam, and now you're stuck, and you're like, what in the heck is going on? How am I going to get out of this? How do you kill this thing? I can remember the first time I got to Mother Brain 2, and I decided to use all, like, missiles and super missiles. I'm like, this thing never dies. You know? If you have a full wave combo, like wave, plasma, charge, and ice, it just takes 20 charge shots to kill Mother Brain 2. So here we go. The baby Metroid is refilling Zeb's health. We're about ready for the saddest moment in video game history. We see what a bully Mother Brain is and why she needs to die. Or she's just dead because baby's in the corner. Oh. Mother Brain, you vile, wretched beast. How dare you? These are the things that go through my brain when I'm playing this game. I think I'm going to steal this strat from Zeb right here, killing Mother Brain 3. Like I said, I hate Mother Brain 3. Poor Kuru. I would say for the last 10 minutes, I would imagine Kuru has been looking at SRL, just wondering when the dot done is going to be coming in. Although still, it's still a little bit early. I mean, but I'm sure he knows. Thanks, Mudgic. Is it Mudgic or Mugic? I want to be able to say it right. I never mind corrections, by the way, folks. I want to get it right. So if I ever mess up my name, or if I mess up your pronoun, I apologize. I do want to try to be accurate. I do try my best. Zeb is escaping. Mugic, okay. I highly doubt Zeb will save the animals. You know, at this point, I would be checking the dot done like an SRL all the way up until I make it on the ship. Because I'm like, if I am this close to finishing, somebody else has to be this close to finishing. And Zeb knows that Kuru is a strong opponent. And here we go. Just another second, and it's GG. Absolute wonderful performance from Zeb316. GG, that was fantastic. I hope y'all enjoyed this race just as much as I did. So at this point, you got to imagine that Kuru has seen the GG in chat on SRL, and it, you know, looks like Kuru could possibly be finishing this up. I got to be honest. I really hope they do. I would like to see Kuru finish this seed. And absolutely, Zeb is more than welcome to jump in for an interview. We would love to have Zeb in for an interview. So I will hang here and wait for Zeb. We have Zeb316. How are you? GG.
GG, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. That was the seed.
Holy, you just crushed that seed. That was so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, that routing was absurd. Like, absolutely unreal.
Yeah, I don't know if you know right now where Kuru is. I got to imagine you just hit the dot done and then decided to hop on in here.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream too now.
Okay, cool.
He is in Lord Orpheus Gate.
Yeah, it was really exciting. You guys were, I think, I think it was, yeah, you were 100% synced up. You went through the powerbomb door to the moat at the exact same time, and you both took completely different routes. It was incredible.
Yeah. How do we get there?
I'm trying. I only remember that you went different routes. So think whatever route you did, Kuru did the opposite, but you all ended up with the same loadout and the same gear on the way to.
I'm guessing that he went through meme route then.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and then he went. Yeah, so when I first saw that gravity suit, and like, I was like, crap, we got 10 power bombs, 10 super missiles. Meme route's a possibility. Like, I didn't really want the game to get like opened up in that big of a way. Ice beam was at ice beam. Because charge was at Meridian Reserve. Because I wanted to try to mostly do like the same route as Kuru, but seeing such an early gravity and having like meme route open and then having like Kuru could do anything. Like,
oh yeah, Kuru's no joke. He's a they're a strong runner.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I have no idea what they're going to be doing, so I guess I'll just do whatever I feel like is the best thing to do, and it ended up working out. But yeah, that early gravity, I wasn't actually all that happy to see. I'd much rather. I don't know. I was really scared that Kuru was actually just going to completely skip olive green and pink Brinstar. Because that's like with that early suit, it's somewhat likely that there's nothing there, and if I'm spending all this time checking that, and he gets to skip all of that, then that could easily have decided the race. So,
you know, what turned out to be one of the most pivotal moments was your idea to check Waterway. Had Kuru checked Waterway, it would have gone a lot. It looked like Kuru thought that Varia was everywhere except Waterway. Checked every other check that was in logic. So that turned out to be quite the play for you, and ultimately sealed the match.
So after wreck ship, did Kuru just come check criteria power bombs and then go back down Red Tower?
I got to be honest. I think Chad could answer that a little bit better than me. I'm trying to recall the race the best I can, and we had some technical difficulties, which made it a little difficult to follow. We lost commentary for about 5 minutes or so. There was a tough time having. Let's see, Kuru went before wreck ship. Are saying in the chat. To I think to criteria power bombs.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking about doing that too, but oh yeah, because he did reverse meme route. Yeah, that would make perfect sense then.
Yeah, he got wave, and somebody says got wave, ditched out, missed grapple and bombs, and right now we do have a forfeit from Kuru. We have Kuru in the chat. Kuru, welcome. Sorry for the forfeit, but GG and welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. So how were you feeling? I think what the chat really wants to know is how were you feeling when you finally found Varia at Way?
I'm glad it wasn't a wrecked ship. Then I would have felt bad.
Yeah.
Right. I can't believe I forgot Waterway when I went to. I knew I wanted to go back, do Waterway, do Old Mother Brain, do Climb Supers, the unlikely spots. And then somehow I just didn't go to Waterway first. I mean,
we thought for sure you were going to go to Waterway, and we were pretty surprised when you passed it up. But
yeah, that was
those
an oversight.
Things happen. That's
and then once I got to the top of Climb, I'm like, I probably should have saved in Parlor before going back to Waterway. And then I felt bad about that.
Well, it definitely feels bad, but I can tell you one thing. When I see a race like that, it's helpful to me. So you might not have helped yourself, but you helped me learn. So I definitely appreciate that. And also I wanted to let you know, and I told Zeb the same thing. When you get a chance to watch back this race, you will be incredibly amazed. Like, you guys were in perfect sync going to the moat. like by like maybe off by a frame. It was really incredible to watch, especially because you both took very different routes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that you went through a meme route, he was saying, and I went through the regular way.
Yeah,
And then I went up, and
I've never done meme route before. I wasn't gonna do it. I'm like, well, playing against Zeb, I got gravity. Like, I'm not gonna die. Gotta try something different.
Yep. Did you check the Billy Mays too?
Yeah.
Right away. Okay, yeah. So then you had 10 power bombs.
Yeah, 10 power
supers.
bombs.
Like that's
10 power bombs, 10
exactly.
supers, gravity suit. Like, what can go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure things could, but
yeah, the only reason I didn't was because I'm just terrified of missing that old mother brain check. Like that.
Yeah. Well, I asked him like, how many checks can I skip? And it's like, I can skip old mother brain. I can still go back to 230. That's not a big deal. I might lose out on waterway if speed is in the top of like green brain or something. But
yeah, I think that pretty much the only one you're missing out on is old mother brain.
Yeah,
when you do meme route. So normally.
Yeah, like if speed was in early supers, then like you'll get it, and I won't for waterway.
Mm-hmm. But
so it seemed like a good risk, and then it lets me see the back of Gauntlet and not have to go back if I want to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
It positioned me well, and then like got space jump, so it made it easier for me to do like landing site.
Yeah,
it felt like it was a good setup, but.
This is a very exciting race, guys. I'm really glad I got a chance to call this. Both of you had exceptional movement. Both of you made really, really good choices based on the items you've had. And I think a lot of the races I see, it's, with runners that are so well matched like you two are, it just always seems to fall that just somebody just, either gets lucky or just makes a call that just seems to work out. And the race really could have gone either way.
Yeah, I was really worried when I was making all those checks after Wreck Ship. After Wreck Ship, I went to Criteria Power Bombs. I checked the front of Gauntlet. I checked Climb Supers. And then I checked Waterway. And by the time I was getting to Waterway, I was all like, well, I'm probably screwed if Varia's not here. And I saw Varia was there, and I was like, oh my god, this is
Did you do
insane.
bowling?
Yes, I did. Yeah. But,
yeah, I figured I had to skip some stuff. And I saw speed and wave. I'm like, Wreck Ship's never this good.
Yeah. And did you do bowling?
No, I skipped out.
Okay. So bombs were there.
Okay.
And seeing the bombs actually made me pretty happy because the 3 Meridia through items kind of for most people are bombs, speed, and ice.
Mm-hmm. Was Ice also up there?
What?
Was Ice also up there?
No, Ice wasn't. And Grapple was also at Wreck Ship Reserve.
Okay.
So I was thinking, I was kind of hoping for a Varia at Shack Tool too, because of that Grapple beam.
Yeah, I was fully aware that I couldn't do Shack Tool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that's kind of nice that Varia wasn't at Shack Tool, I think. But it's funny, Ice was in the vanilla location. It was Ice Beam was at Ice Beam.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I saw that Charge was at like Meridia Reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but
that.
I almost never check Ice in these randos.
Yeah, Ice is a really slow check. Like it takes like a minute and a half for 2 items or something like that. So I normally don't really like checking it, especially because it requires speed to be in logic to have it in logic. But like
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well,
especially
I have
with early gravity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I do have to get running, but I want to thank you guys so much for racing. Please chat. Make sure you follow Zeb316, follow Kuru, follow Music, follow Cheese Reaver, and if you would like, follow me as well. Quite exciting. This SMRAT is just getting more and more exciting every match that I've seen. I hope you all really enjoyed the show tonight. Do you guys have any last thoughts, any closing remarks before we close the show down?
Just thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for helping and giving your time to commentate, to track, everything.
Well, as soon as I got a chance to do this match, I definitely want to make sure I would comment. So, especially I want to thank you, Kuru, for always dropping by my stream to offer me encouragement and, being available to help out if I need it. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, really great to call for you guys. I do want to mention before we're done that we do have a race coming up at 10 p.m. I'm not sure if there's a restream or a tracker. But if not, you could always check out their personal streams. Bonus 36 is taking on Knucklehead, and Raikou Rider is taking on Glove at 10 p.m. So those should be two really exciting matchups. I hope y'all get a chance to watch and encourage them. And, thank you, everybody. And I hope y'all have a great night.
Thanks.